Hi everyone, this is Michael. I'm recording this video to introduce promote my book. I wrote a book, name is Through an Ordinary Guy's Eyes, Tell You Something About China. It was published in 2020, exactly 2 years ago, on Amazon or Kindle self-publishing. Firstly, I'm not a professional writer, so writing is not my career. It's rather something I want to share with you guys. You know, after living in China for 30 years and another 10 years here in Australia, I guess I have something to say about China. Mainly about China, but I'll also mention things in Australia as well. So let's get started. Chapter 1, Chinese Names. I guess the first thing you'll notice in Chinese names is that they always put their family name first, followed by given name. For example, my name is Zhang Shuo. That's my legal name. Zhang is the family name, Shuo is the given name. Here in the book, I gave the example of Scott Morrison, because when I wrote the book, he was still the Prime Minister. So I said, if he was born in China, he would be Morrison Scott. So family name first, given name last. Simple. It's just the tradition, you know, it's been like that for thousands of years in China. If you ask me why, I'll give a guess. I think it might have something to do with collective interest versus personal interest. You know, in China, collective interest is always more important than your personal interest. So I'm firstly a member of the family, the Zhang family, or the tribe, then myself. Of course, here in Australia, I'm not Zhang Shuo anymore. I'm Shuo Zhang. See, I even changed the pronunciation because my given name spells S-H-U-O. So Shuo makes more sense in English. In fact, I have been trying to explain how to pronounce my name numerous times. You know, when I first arrived in Australia, I worked in a warehouse in Perth, and one day the supervisor left a note on my desk to ask me to do something. You know what he wrote? He wrote S-H-O-E. I was like, no, I'm not a shoe. You know, yeah, that's why I'm using Michael as my name now. It's easier, it's much easier for everyone. Another thing in China is that women don't change their family names to their husbands after marriage. No, they don't, unlike their Australian sisters. For example, my wife still has her own name. It sometimes brings troubles or inconveniences. For example, when our son was born, the nurses or the admin, I don't know, the hospital was trying to register him with the registry. They put down my wife's family name as his, because I guess they assumed that she changed her family name to mine after marriage, which is not the case. And later when we tried to add our son's name on the health insurance policy, they made the same mistake. Actually, the company sent out the new card, the health insurance card, with my wife's family name as my son's family name on the card. So we had to call the company to correct that. For this part, I gave the example of Yao Ming and Li Na. Yao Ming was a famous basketball player. He used to play in NBA. Yao is the family name, Ming is the given name. Li Na, I think you guys should be more familiar with Li Na. Li Na was a tennis player, and I guess he attended Australian Open in Melbourne several times. Li is the family name, Na is the given name. Here I said, if Yao Ming marries Li Na, of course that's not a real case, they have their own families respectively. I'm just giving an example. If they got married, Li Na will still be Li Na. She won't be Yao Na. See, she won't replace her own family name with her husband's. But I know in certain parts of China, especially in Hong Kong, sometimes women they still don't replace their family names. They simply put their husband's family name at the first beginning. They add the family name to their own name. For example, the ex-chief executive of Hong Kong, her English name is Carrie Lam, but her Chinese name is Lin Zhengyue. Her own name, her maiden name is Zheng Yue. Zheng is the family name, Yue is the given name. But because she marries to someone with the family name Lin, she simply puts Lin at the very beginning. So now she's Lin Zheng Yue. As you can see, there are two family names in it. Another interesting thing I noticed is that only famous people, only famous Chinese people can be called correctly. Like Yao Ming, TV commentators never say Ming Yao. He's always Yao Ming. And Li Na is always Li Na. She's never Na Li. Yeah, sometimes I think it's a bit unfair. It's just because they're famous, they can be called correctly. For ordinary people like me, I'm not Zhang Shuo anymore. I'm Shuo Zhang. But I guess that's how it works. Yeah. But that's fine. That's fine. I'm Michael now. Michael is fine. I guess that's pretty much it for chapter 1. It's a short chapter. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you next time.